Alrighty. So here's the next up in our rainy day series of book reports. Because apparently today I couldn't get the walkout, so today is a book report instead. Book review, book report. I keep saying it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Today's book is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Master your mind. Defy the odds. Let me get a better look at that. You can see it's like a picture of him like today and then like before. I don't know. I guess this is probably before he went to SEAL training when he was like 300 pounds or something rather. I don't know. Super duper inspiring book. It might be worth it to you before you buy the book to watch an interview of the guy. Dude is intense, and this is a good book. I flew right through it. Super motivational. Like I was writing down. I'm not a big note taker, but I was writing down like notes because there was just like some really things that really hit home. At least for me, whenever I was reading the book, it's just this dude is David Goggins, man. Super duper inspiring fellow. Let's do the little cover here. It's poverty, prejudice, and physical abuse colored his days and haunted his nights, but through self-discipline, mental toughness, and hard work, Goggins transformed himself from a depressed, overweight young man with no future into a U.S. Armed Forces icon and one of the world's top endurance athletes. Blah 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 blah. And Can't Hurt Me, he shares his astonishing life story. Seriously, fantastic story. And reveals that most of us only tap only 40% of our capabilities. Goggins calls this the 40% rule, and his story eliminates a path that anyone can follow to push past pain, demolish fear, and reach their full potential. So David's all about pushing himself, especially physically. He does like ultra endurance stuff like that, like bad water. And I'm not gonna pretend to know a whole lot about ultra endurance, but it's dude just super. I can't keep saying it. Like you gotta look. Dude is the epitome of hardcore. When I was in the Marines, there would always be some Marine that just couldn't turn it off, right? We used to call him hard. We call somebody like that, they were hard, you know. And it's never really a good thing. It was never really a bad thing. Like it could be bad in context, like you're having to do something stupid just because I don't know your sergeant is being hard, you know. This motherfucker is a picture of heart. So it's yeah, great book. About the author, let's just do this because you buy the book because you want to know more about the guy. So what about the guy? David Goggins is a retired Navy SEAL and the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces ever to complete SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. So let's read that again. He completed SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. And that understates it. He went through SEAL training like 3 times. He went through Army, I think it was Army Ranger School like twice. So yeah, this dude is, yeah. Like that's an understatement. As awesome as that statement of going to those 3 different trainings, those are like some of the hardest trainings that are in the armed forces. So, and you usually have to be exceptionally physically gifted just to even get recommended. Because I know some people's, I was never one of those guys. Just to clarify, in case anyone had any doubts, I was never one of the guys that was trying to do this. But there were people in my unit that were trying to get into like scout. This was the Marines. So if you wanted to be the hardcore in the Marines, you wanted to go recon, and so scout recon or recon or whatever. And so you'd have people in the units, and they would just be training like 2 or 3 times a day. Hardcore training, trying to get themselves ready and proving their commitment to the commander so that they can give a recommendation so they can go become scout recon. So anyway, yeah, it was, and so that would be like if that would be, it's hard to state just how badass physically and mentally you have to be to go do this stuff. So yeah, so the Goggins has completed more than 60 ultra marathons, triathlons, and ultra triathlons, setting new course records and regularly placing in the top 5. A former Guinness World Record holder for completing 4,030 pull-ups. 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours. So less than a day. He did more than 4,000 pull-ups. Pull-ups. 4,000 of them. Oh my God. He's a much sought. He did it like he goes over it in the book. I think he did like 3 attempts trying to break the world record because somebody had previously done it. He wanted to break the world record, and he did like 3 different attempts. So he failed with multiple thousand pull-up attempt days, a couple times before he finally succeeded. So yeah. He's a much sought-after public speaker who shared his story with the staff of Fortune 500 companies, professional sports teams, and hundreds of thousands of students across the country. This man is an American hero. I know you have. There is. We have some celebrity soldiers. Who like American Sniper and stuff like that. And they're famous because the things they did in wartime or whatnot. And I'm not a big, I'm a patriot, but I'm not big on like glamorizing the conflict and stuff like that. But this dude, he's a hero. He is a hero, I would say. He's not a war hero, but he did serve in combat. But he's not known for that, right? But I think he's a hero, and I think most people would benefit from reading his story, especially I think younger people or people who are in a tough position. They just need that little, because everybody just needs the right kick in the pants, and I think this is the right kick in the pants for a lot of people. I mean, it won't be the solution to your problems, but it'll be that you start the kicking the snowflake down the hill that turns into a snowball and an avalanche or whatever. But love this book. I will definitely. I'm glad I got this hardback because I'm glad to have a nice version on hand. Let's take the cover off here. It's a fairly nice hardback. And of course, you saw the slip cover. I wouldn't say it's a super premium book, but it does lay reasonably flat, and I would say it's a decent one to collect if you're into collecting books. Um, man, Goggins. So he has some. By the way, he has like. I think he's big on Instagram, or maybe it's TikTok. Probably Instagram. Most of the fitness people are on Instagram. And he has a YouTube thing, but I haven't seen him on YouTube very much. But he has a. I think he has an Instagram with that account that he posts fairly frequently. But dude is super duper motivating. I'm like, seriously, watch him interview. I think he was on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan talked about him all the time, and that was one of the reasons that the first places I heard of him, because Joe Rogan was always talking about, David Goggins is a nut. You know, he would be talking to another guest, and he would say, "Oh, have you heard of David Goggins? He's a nut." Whatever. So that's where I first heard of it, and then finally I went out and got his book, and it's fantastic. It's a fantastic story. You just read right through it. Super easy read. It's not a hard read. It's not super long. How long is it? It's less than 400. Yeah. 350, 400. Come on. I can give you the exact. It's like 360 something or other, or whatever. It's less than 400 pages. Probably take about a week. At least it took me about a week, I guess. But love this book. Would highly recommend it to anyone, especially if you're wanting to, like. Of course, it's kind of autobiographical. It's not about a celebrity, so I know a lot of people read autobiographies of celebrities and politicians, and he's a celebrity now, but he didn't get famous for being he didn't get famous for being famous, It's not of a Kardashian, such a good book. I'm glad, like I said, glad I got it on hardback. I will definitely be reading that one again. It's just such an inspiring story. It's rough. He had some rough times, and he's really honest, or at least it comes. Put it this way, the things he puts into the book are really raw, and it's sometimes kind of awkward, and it really works. And he talks about it. He's like, I didn't think I needed to go into the details, but I finally just manned up or whatever, and did it. And it really sells. He's right. It just really sells the story to be really brutally honest about how he was feeling at the time when he was going through everything and stuff like that. And it's such a good book. It's a manly man's book. Don't get this wrong. This is a manly this is a man crush book. Well, I think the ladies will still get it. The ladies will still like it. This is like. Yeah, it's so good. I can't say anymore. I would the 5-star, 5 out of 5. It's great. 10 out of 10. Love the book. Buy it today. All right. I will. I guess that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.